Welcome back, basketball fans. Welcome back. So, in this video, we'll be covering Kenya, Team Nyati versus Tunisia. So, in the previous video, we've looked at Kenya versus Morocco. It was a fairly easy game. They won 19-5. But in this game, it was actually a pretty difficult game, and Tunisia beat Kenya brutally. It was 21-13. And I can say, like, when we match up against like an elite countries and elite teams, we somewhat just crumble, or we just lack of a better word, capitulate to them, because skill wise they're just good at what they do. They just know what shots they need to take, and they just know like how to position themselves in the court, and they're able to like adjust to us the way we've been playing. They just a cut above us. And in this game, our leading scorer was Medina, followed by Ashley, and Alexandria and Mariano tied at 1 point apiece. So yeah, it was it was a tough. It's tough, and yeah, it's I don't know what happened there with the shot clock, but without further ado, let's just get into it. So Kenya versus Tunisia. Medina with the first shot attempt couldn't go in, but anyway, it's not a strong way to start the basketball game. I don't know what's going on with their with their score sheet and clock. It was just crazy. Still showing Benin versus Egypt, but anyway. And a shot from Tunisia, 2 point shot, real quick. Marianne tries a 2 point shot of her own, and at least they recover it. Ashley, she finds Medina with a nice pass in there. I don't know, like from the save to Ashley, and Ashley just seeing like Medina just running towards the rim. She just make sure to give her the assist, and off to a good start. Not like the first possession, but you could see both teams are just both teams are just we're just coming at them, and he just didn't want a situation where we're scoreless, and if they hit at two, but we need to score. That's the name of the game. Ashley, she goes up, she misses it, and a second chance points. You can see those finishing woes that followed us from the previous games just came to haunt us again. You can see that missed shot attempt will be proved. We will just keep proving costly. Medina, she just runs in, she makes it, tying up to 2 games apiece. And at this point, you might think that we're just starting to compete heavy with them. In a 3 attempt from Tunisia, no good, and it's a foul. But at this point, I was like, when I was just watching it, I was like, it's yeah, it's Tunisia are a very good team, but I feel like we're not gonna back off. And when you're facing a good team, I feel like it's very prudent not to back off, and at least just keep trying to chip away that team. No, and with them just making their free throws, and how doesn't and one thing I've seen from like these good teams, they have very consistent like free throws. Like they're very good at shooting their free throws. Unlike us, we don't take our free throws seriously, and this has led us to this point. And those free throws just prove costly down the stretch. That's a foul. That's a foul on Kenya. So start off with the fouls. I'm not sure like what goes on, because when when we are playing like these teams that we know that they pose a huge threat on us, we just have a tendency to like keep fouling at every turn, and it just proves like difficult to be able to like play defense, especially deep in the game, because every time you just worry not to foul them and let them have like 2 free throws. So yeah, it's Tunisia. They're just on that level. They're a good team, they're a team that will just keep on killing you, and you just leave them a wide open space on defense. Alexandria, she can't be able to like guard. She can't guard that. And honestly, number four just blew by just through the teeth of defense. Medina just making sure to keep us afloat with that. And a 3-point attempt, no good. At least Ashley, she saved it. That pass to Alexandria was too hot. She couldn't be able to catch it. But if it was Marianne, she would have been able to like at least grab a hold onto it. And these are the type of skill plays I even like mention, like having like a ball handler, having the ability to like take on the defense on the ISO, and at least play make as well. We've not had that from our side. We're just very predictable, and our predictability has led us to this point. Like we're able to like beat teams like Algeria, teams like Morocco, but when you face a team like Egypt or Tunisia, we really struggle. Teams that are cut above us, and they're elite in terms of b-ball. But anyway, it's basketball, and we and it's all about making the right plays. And Tunisia have been making a couple of right plays, like that right play right there. You can see that assist from number 4 to number 10. Marianne checked in, tries the three, no good. Those unnecessary threes are the threes that we don't need to take. Those threes, honestly, we do not have to do that. And you could see those layups. They are not missing the layups inside. And at some point, you just saw the lead just kept ballooning. With every turnover, they made a basket. They made sure to punish us, even with a circus shot like that. And going up 4 points. That was a circus shot. Even despite the defense, you could see like that shot just went in, and we just look like sitting ducks. Just look like sitting ducks in there. And at this point, when I saw this, I just knew they're just gonna come at us hard, and we're not going to be able to like recover if they continue. If they continued like that in that rate. So you could see number 10, she goes in the first layup in there just to start the run. You could even see like how excited they were. This suckers shot, how did this go in? Honestly, how did that shot go in? I was anticipating a turnover or even a foul being called, but the poise that she had just to like throw that ball, even you can see like the Kenyan coaching staff is just having long faces in there. All I can just do is like they just sit at the same side, and they're just making us look bad. There's nothing that's just falling for us, and we just have to find a way. And it's Tunisia 7, Kenya 3, and they have not even fouled yet. Medina, she scores in, cutting the lead to 3. Number 13 going in for that layup. Was trying to draw the foul but couldn't get the foul. Ashley goes in for 3 and she scores it. We've cut the lead to 1 point. Tunisia again with that reverse, like a highlight play after highlight play, like highlight after highlight. Number 10 with that nice highlight. I mean, we have not yet to see like highlights from the women doing such things. And I mean, you can even see like the skill, the overall skill that this like team has. Great skill in there, and some things are just very difficult to replicate, especially making those free throws. And again, they're just up 3. Ashley tries the deep 3, she couldn't get it to go, and Medina checks in. So it's Alexandria, Medina, and Marianne on the floor. And having a high stakes game like this one, you really just don't want to throw any possession. The thing that Tunisia have just done right now, and I don't know why Alexandria's shot is so off. She's not been able to like have a consistent shot in there, and Tunisia just continue. Foul drawn. She's gonna go to the line, and she made that. So it's an and one play. Man, it's and at this point, I just knew it's over. Like when they're able to like score at that rate, and they're able to like make, and they're able to like get the rebounds and capitalize on those points. That's when I knew this. It's just gonna be a long game for Kenya, and we just have to take the L of the for the day and just move on because this team just knew what to do and when to do it. Ashley, she grabs the ball, tries to find Medina, and they score. I mean, that's the only like way. That's the only like way we've been able to like consistently score. Like Ashley, she assists the ball quickly inside like that. But you can see like there's a diversity in how Tunisia are attacking the offense. You can see they're hitting threes, they're driving, they're trying an ISO plays. But for us, it's just so one-dimensional to the point where it's just so predictable. You're able to know like what we are doing, but or you're able to know everything that we want to do, and this is really hampering any progression that we have wherever we want to have. So yeah, and our threes are just not falling, and we are down 3, and it's 5 minutes 5 seconds left in regulation. Number 10 not missing those free throws, and she had that nice reverse layup, and they have like very nice and one shots. Yeah, they have been awesome. Number 8, she goes in for the layup, and they're still fighting for the rebound, and they still have possession of the basketball while we're just playing. And you even see like behind the, you can even see between the legs dribbles. We have rarely of those. This is the only way we can score. The only way. They've just exposed the only way we can score, and they're just guarding us beautifully. Even from this possession, if you check out this possession, the only way we know how to score is Medina is gonna go out, take the ball quickly inside, try to like find some post play. No good. They know how to defend this, so they made sure to put a body on Medina and also put a body on Marianne to make sure to block any pass that was coming in, and also defend Ashley and prevent that mid-range shot from falling, which they did very well. And they just knew, and they were able to like move with those players, move with us along this possession. So it was very difficult for us to be able to create anything. And this is the style of play that they kept moving with every time, even if we are doing our rotations, because at the high stakes games like this, Medina and Marianne are not gonna go sit down. So the only player that was going to get a breather a lot was Ashley, as they switched to Alexandria. But Alexandria, she was not that effective in this game. So yeah, she wasn't the go-to person in this game. So it was just the same way. That defense being put on Medina, making sure to throw her off her game. Really, really. And that defense that Tunisia had was just exemplary. Ashley goes in, she tries that quick assist to Medina, she couldn't get it. And Kenya have 4 fouls. Tunisia have 1 foul currently. The coaching staff is so like, our coaching staff is so focused on the game, they're not even smiling. But I understand, because you're down 3 and Tunisia are an elite team. But there's no shame in losing to Tunisia, because they're by far the best team in the tournament alongside Egypt. And given like the way the game was moving, I just knew it's just gonna get it was just gonna get more embarrassing and messy, especially with the way that we are looking. even the coach even the coach was caught in the action. I don't know why. Sometimes it just gets out of pocket, and we can't be able to like do nothing. this ain't KBF, man. Like the players and the refs are their own guys, and the players are the ones who are dictating everything. So as much as we're able to like, we're trying to like say anything on the sidelines, it's unfortunate. Nothing's gonna happen. And that's the controversial foul. Hopefully, at this point, I was hoping that we were going to be able to like do something spectacular, but unfortunately, Tunisia, they're just that team. They're just they're just a dangerous team. Any type of play that we try to put on them, it was only reflections, but looking at how like even we were structuring our basketball and trying to like make sure to like score score, it was just being taken away slowly. And I don't even know why they shot like that, but shot clock. The shot clock was expiring. And just like I said, like majority of the time it will be Ashley and Alexander switching. Marianne and Medina are just gonna stay there. And this was actually a funny thing. I saw this. Marianne was just putting her elbows up, and the Tunisian player was just just complaining about that, and she just got elbowed in the face. I can say that that's just out of frustration because nothing was going on, nothing was happening on Kenya this side, but man, it's crazy, and we're just playing too physical. It was too physical, and Kenya were just trying, and we were really literally trying to get to that point where we can at least cut the lead, but unfortunately things were it wasn't working. And I don't know like why Marianne just had to like flare her elbows on, because this will be called for even a flagrant or something, because this is not a basketball move. And she really like when the ball went live, she really elbowed her so hard. So pretty sure they're reviewing that, and she did that almost twice. So this was so unsportsmanlike. I wouldn't condone that even if I was a federation official or a referee. But anyway, and that really caused the delay of game. That really caused the delay of game, and it just shows like how like we got owned by Tunisia, and just Tunisia just on that level. I just saw a situation where the mistakes that we were making just caught up to us, and we just lacked an answer for them. We couldn't be able to like stop anything. The the players lacked creativity, especially on offense. We were so one dimensional. We just knew how to pass to the post and just utilize Medina in every possession, and forget that we can also use Ashley. He forgot that we can still use her 3-point shot. And we just got like when we went down and we just panicked, we just went back to factory default. That was a nice shot by Ashley. We just went to factory default, and Tunisia just turned on like the scoring barrage and just took us apart. So yeah, so this is the elbow. I mean, that was so brutal. So, yeah. And I'm pretty sure the refs also confronted her on that as well, on the elbow incident, which they took some time to review. And at this point, it was just quite difficult. But you can see Medina, she scored it with 3:19 left in regulation. And Kenya still have possession of the basketball. Ashley goes in, tries the layup. Medina tries to grab that rebound, but she couldn't. You can even see how tired like our players are, especially Medina. Like she couldn't be able to like move her feet like that. She wasn't able to like move with the ball like that, so it just became quite difficult to move, especially on defense. On offense, she was just being utilized as like scoring inside, but Tunisia did a very good job in taking that away. And number 10 trying to lull uh, Medina to sleep, and that was a tough shot. That was a tough shot indeed. Like, how did that go in? Like, they've had like funny shots actually going down. That off the glass shot, that English foot on that shot was quite interesting as the shot clock expires. This is actually got bumped a bit, number 13 with that English, and scored it. But they didn't even count that. If that counted, it will just be an onslaught. The rebounds, Kenya capitalized on that. We cut the lead to 1. Tunisia going in again. Number 10 going in for the layup, laying up Ashley like that, and just making her look like she's not playing no defense. Marianne trying to score. Medina going in and scoring as well. Tunisia going in again. Number 10 goes in for that layup. No good, misses it. And you would think that this will be a close game because with 2:19 left, Tunisia 11, Kenya 10. We still had a game in hand, but when the when the clock just kept winding down, I just saw like we were just being taken out of our element, especially with the fouls. Five fouls, 5 fouls for Kenya, 2 fouls for Tunisia, and they were just like some of the fouls were just frustration fouls, just because nothing was clicking. You can see Medina, she trying to get the ball. She almost forced a turnover. Tunisia just forced a turnover there, and Medina just took a breather. At this point, I just feel like they just knew they're just gonna lose. They're just gonna drop this game. Even with 2 minutes left, the lead just ballooned to 21 points from Tunisia, and the most interesting thing is Kenya only scored like 3 points, and Tunisia scored north of like 9 points to be able to like win that ball game. And it was just a sad way to go out. Medina not there to like assist in defense, and having Ashley and Alexandria there and leaving Marianne all alone just created like a lot of room for Tunisia to be able to score the basketball. Ashley goes on for the 3. She made it, cutting the lead to 1 point. And that turnover from Tunisia, I mean, it's just crazy. It's a short breather. Medina is back. Now that would be a nice layup, but he just missed. I mean, we've just seen a lot of like good plays, especially coming from Tunisia. They're just good in like making those plays. Ashley gives it to Medina. Medina tries the shot, she misses it. Marianne tries to fetch the rebound, no good. Tunisia have possession of the basketball. Number 10 going in to drive hard and gets the foul. And Marianne just kicked the ball out of frustration. I mean, it was just frustrating. not being able to like get your shots up and like score was really frustrating. And Tunisia, of course, they're not gonna miss them free throws. They're just gonna try to make them free throws. They made the first one. She made the first one. Number 10 made the first one. One free throw left, just to add on to the tally. Almost made that one, but you rimmed out. Tunisia up 2 points. And Kenya only scored 1 point after this. And Tunisia just kept on with the scoring barrage from deep. No good. 58 seconds left. A layup. 15 points. And this is where the onslaught just continued. As the time just kept winding down. That's a turnover. Medina, there was just miscommunication between Medina and Ashley. And this was just a culmination of like poor communication and not knowing how to like play that basketball game, especially when it matters, and just making them smart plays. It's just an embarrassing state of affairs. Nice layup by number 4. She made that layup, adding out to 16 points. And a rebound. Alexandra tries the 3. She couldn't get a 3 to even fall, even if she tried. And the foul calls and the fouls, Kenya just kept fouling a lot. The fouls just kept increasing. How is it? 2 free throws, and the lead just kept ballooning at that time, because Tunisia are not just gonna not miss those free throws. They made majority of their free throws. So 17 Tunisia, 12 Kenya. We're down 5 points. 23 seconds left. Nice layup by Ashley, and that's the last basket that Kenya scored. 13 seconds. Tunisia up, going in for the layup, and they scored. That's 18. And they just let the clock run. It's just insane. Like how you just let the game go. You just let the game go like that, and we're just too predictable. I'm pretty sure even Tunisia just scouted us, and they just knew what to do, and they just knew how to press us, and they just knew what shots they needed to take, and how to like foul bait us, and they just got that easy win like that. And 4 seconds left. Just go 4 seconds left, and that's another foul. With these antics are the ones that like led to like, those many free throws. Marianne's antics, like that elbowing, and it just cost us the game like that, because there was no way like you can get away with like a non-basketball move like that. I don't know why she thought that was legal. 19 Tunisia, 13 Kenya, with 11 total fouls recorded in the basketball game. What are we gonna do with it? And made 3 just to close out the game. Tunisia 21, Kenya 13. I mean, that's just a dagger 3, just to like destroy. That 3 was just like so cold. It was just way off. The 3 was just way off, and Man, it was just so cold. With 11 fouls they only fouled 2 times and they just beat us. But there's no shame in losing to a team like Tunisia, because Tunisia are a cut above us. They are better skilled. They're skilled. They play much better, and they don't foul that much. So, and they have like a high basketball IQ as compared to us, and they're just overall better. They're the better team. Honestly, feel like if we played better and if we played smart basketball instead of physical basketball, we would have not been in this situation. But you could see like some players just intentionally fouling, quitting, especially when the game was just close, was really it. And we lost the ball game embarrassingly. And honestly, I just feel like the players just were really disappointing in this game, and they just showed like why, and Kenya has just shown why we are very good at beating like below average teams or average teams, but we can never beat an elite team. And it's very difficult for us to beat an elite team with this level of mentality and this way of approaching games. And I'm not surprised Tunisia beat Kenya. I even saw it as a difficult game that Kenya was going to play, and I was very skeptical in how we played, and even missing the free throws. We didn't take the game seriously, and yeah, Tunisia just beat Kenya like that, and it was such an embarrassing way to go down. I was expecting a fight, but I just saw like those tendencies of quitting, especially with 2 minutes left in the game. And I just saw that body language, those turnovers, and that lack of good basketball IQ in the game. So that just caused the loss in there. So yeah, so if you guys like the video, please be sure to smash that like button, leave your feedback down in the comments on what you think about this game, what you think about like Team Kenya, Team Nyati matching up with elite teams like Tunisia and Egypt. What do you think? Why do we crumble like that? So make sure you leave your feedback down in the comments, and catch you all in the next one. Peace out.